What
What's
up?
up?
What's
Oh,
going on, man?
dude,
Need to shave.
dude, the beard delta has been out of control from when you shocked me like when my dad shaved his mustache to now. It's great.
I know, right? Like, dude, 2 weeks I let it go, and it just looks like I don't know. I just haven't been around people. But I promise you, I have. I just, just been kind of laissez-faire lately.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. I
Yeah,
can't. At least yours is like respectable. I used to be able to do that. Now, this in particular needs very tight control.
oh yeah. Well, like, look, my hair looks fine.
Yeah,
Right? It's just like, but
yeah,
even this, even
it looks great. No, just kidding.
but like even I would even like if I'm going out, I'm like, I can't do a full on shave right now, but I'll still do kind of like a little bit of a lineup and
Yeah,
make sure that like I'm putting a little bit of effort in. But that's it's just real estate life. Sometimes you have those weeks.
yeah, yeah, yep. I feel you. Yeah,
Um, so Mike, what are we talking about today? Ben, what's up, man? Thanks for rejoining Story Time. How you
yeah.
doing?
Ben, hop in. What's up, Dave Lopez, Niamat, the
David, how you
Bonjour.
doing? Thanks for joining. Um,
Oh wait, I do have a request. Oh, from Ben. Oh, it's a free for all today. Let's just do it.
How we doing?
a
Good.
two-timer on Story Time. Look at that.
I know, and it's a very fitting time. I just got lined up, but I kept the beard growing.
Oh, everybody's. It's the hair episode.
Ben
You,
showing me up. He's
you.
showing me up.
It's funny you're talking about like real estate life because I just got this listing at the Ritz, which I'm walking from,
Woo!
and got it yesterday. I talked to a guy in my office and was like telling him about it, and he called me 2 hours ago. He's like, "Hey, can I show it?" And I'm like, "Dude, I'm in jeans, a polo, and sneakers. Like, sure, let's go."
You mean you?
Like,
Yeah.
I
You
get
mean you're dressed up?
no, dude. Usually, I'm a little bit more put together than this. But you know, it seemingly went well. So very excited about that.
Right
Good,
on.
good,
Give
man.
us the deets.
3 bed, 3 bath, 2242 square feet, an A unit on the 33rd floor, and it's got just phenomenal views of straight down Boylston Street all the way over to like Charlestown. Um, the kitchen and dining room has the state house is kind of the center of the windows. It's a spectacular view.
So
Um,
is it the Departed condo?
no, but like it should be.
Yeah.
There's no balcony for the rat to run on, but yeah, place is sick. Where it's interesting because he was thinking about selling it, but when we were running the comps, like that high end market is a little depressed right now. It's just not gaining the appreciation that people were expecting.
Yeah.
So he's going to rent it for 15K.
Wait. So
Uh,
this is a rental listing right now?
yeah, yeah, we were
Okay.
talking about selling it, but when we were looking at what's going on in the building, um, pretty much the same number that he bought it for, and he bought it in
Uh,
2014. So he's like, if I can rent it, great. If we can't get the rental number he wants, he'll put it on the market and sell it because he just bought a place in Maine and a place on the North Shore. Um,
what would that place, if you were to put it on the market, what would it go for?
I think we'd put it on somewhere around like 375,
Hmm.
3.6, something like that. But realistically, he's probably looking at 3.25,
Yeah.
and um, after net, he's clearing what he bought it for.
Yeah. Wow. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
That's not common around here to hear that.
I know, I know.
But
The South is surprising.
sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was surprisingly looking at expired, right? Trying to figure out why they expired, and more than half were listed and expired for less than they bought them for,
Wow.
Most
which I
I
was like,
think
most
blown away by.
what you were looking at were mostly the luxury tier.
Yeah, it was like 1.5 and up in the South End, and I don't know if that's super indicative of the entire market, but
I
do you,
mean,
I would put that at, there has been a lot more buildings in that with those types of units that have popped up over the last 10 years than ever before in Boston.
yeah,
that's probably true, but also like how much higher can you go? Right? Like, I mean, I mean, I know, I'm sure people 15 years ago were saying the same thing, right? Like, there's been some serious appreciation from 15 years ago all around Boston, right? But we're at the point now, especially in a high interest rate environment like the one we have today, where prices are high as well. Like, yeah, how much higher can you go? Right? And that's why I think like more people are open to off markets in terms of like selling off market, um, and uh, uh, and I think people who are less, who are like, who are not
Ben,
understanding
we're
of
getting
the market that
a lot of
struggle.
traffic uh,
my bad.
sounds.
How
Sorry.
do I mute?
You know how to mute.
You know how to
I
mute.
generally don't.
Don't give
Oh
us
yeah,
that.
Doesn't
yeah.
stop
These guys are
yapping.
riffing right now.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Anyways, I mean, I think the luxury tier is like super interesting. Like those prices are already so high. Like, how much higher can you go, especially with high condo fees?
Yeah.
Yeah, the condo fee there is like 5 grand.
That's insane. Like, that's stupid, dude. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I have a condo with $1,000 a month condo fee, and it hurts me so much to pay it every month. But 5,000 a month,
I mean,
like,
it includes the electric bill.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, it better, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Um, they just
Use
redid
of
the
the
lobby.
helipad.
They got Mike. They got a machine in the lobby that makes cortados.
Oh, we
Like,
love cortados.
we
Oh
love a
my God.
cortado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes! It's
All right.
crazy. I mean,
Ben,
we go.
because of the noise, I'm either gonna say mute or
I don't even know how to
well,
mute.
all right. Then
Let me
there's a
see if I
big
can
red
figure out how to
button.
mute.
You can hit that too.
Where is it? This is embarrassing. Anyways, they opened the fountain at Winthrop Circle or Winthrop Square.
Oh,
Nice.
lap of
Got it. I got
luxury
the
right
mute.
now. Beautiful.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Is he muted now?
Yeah. It looks like
All
you're
right.
muted.
Good. They did. There you go. They did it. I mean,
All
speaking of
right.
listings, Mike. I mean, like obviously we were just talking about this, you and me.
Yeah.
Um, what are some of the trends you're seeing? Are you seeing similar things in like various markets? I mean, you have a multifamily. You've got a condo. We've got a bunch of other stuff coming on in the coming months too, which is both exciting and also a little nerve wracking
Yeah.
because the market's different. It's not, you can't just throw something on the market and it's gone.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so yeah, what are you
I
seeing and what are you thinking?
I just think that the condo market is softer. I'm gonna tell you about. So I've got a Roslindale 3 bedroom that's priced well. It's at 700. That's where it should be.
And it's really nice.
Uh, and it's really not like everything's. I think that the first rule is that if there's something that needs to be done, then you got to price it much lower. But if it's in great condition, even at that point, what you think it will go for, which is what we priced at. We didn't price it at like a lofty number. We didn't underprice it because if we got like one, we wanted to sell it quickly. So if we got the number that we listed it for, bang, gone. But it didn't go that first weekend, and then the end of August is dead. Now we got a lot more activity going on, but I've noticed, I think some of the other similar listings, comparables that looked at ours, took notice and listed another probably 5% below what we did just to get it gone in that
Yeah.
first week. So that's my recommendation moving forward until I see otherwise, is like what you think it'll go at, probably put it 5% below that.
It's funny you say that too, because we had we have one of our agents. He does rentals, and he does rentals, in and around the city. He has a rental in Medford. A client that I sold his unit. I sold this unit to him a couple of years ago. Really nice unit, not super new or anything like that, but it could probably command like I don't know, 3,200 a month. If he wants to rent it out, which he does, he might be moving out to the West Coast, and he doesn't want to sell it. So they put it on for 32, maybe 31 or something like that, just to kind of like get it moving quickly. Um, Somebody else saw that it was rented for that. Somebody else in the building who also had a listing at 2,900. They dropped their rental, and again, this is an anomaly. This is not common, but they dropped their asking rent down to 1,400. Wild, absolutely wild. Yeah. So like, I mean, obviously you do not see that very often, and they probably just have it's probably paid off or something like that,
Yeah,
something along those lines. But I mean, it has to be. It does. It makes zero sense if it isn't, right? But like, but that's kind of. I mean, there's some things that we're seeing in the market today that we haven't. That at least as long as I've been doing this since 2021, I certainly haven't seen. I mean, obviously, COVID times were crazy for different reasons. I think right now we're seeing a different type of craziness.
The
Ben, let's bring you
reluctance, I
back
think.
in for a third opinion.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I think there's like a, I think there's a bit of price sensitivity just around the entire market. Um, Condos for sure, Mike. I agree with your point there. Um, but the rental market, I can't quite sort it out. Um, I've got listing, can't move it in East Boston, and another listing in East Boston that the landlord was like, "You want to know what? Focus on my sales." I was selling two of his condos, and he had another place to list. And I had it on for 31. He rented it for $2,400. I was like, okay, cool. And they just needed to get rid of the vacancy.
Right.
And a lot of the other agents, especially in my office, are kind of like can't quite pin pricing. It's just
It is
to,
elusive
to
right now.
to both your points. It is elusive. It's almost like you can't go low enough, right? It has to
Mm.
be very attractive.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep.
so
And do you think that's because interest rates? You think it's because of the economy? I mean, Mike and I have talked about both of those things, but you think there's something else?
I've been trying to figure it out for a couple of weeks. Um, Talking to agents, the general consensus is interest rates, right? People aren't buying. I think that the new law surrounding brokerage fees is playing a role in people re-upping their leases and not getting back into the rental market. To move, I don't see a big reason why that would play a big factor in someone's decision making, but you know, not everybody sees the market like we do.
Yeah.
And um, I was talking to my barber the other day, and even his numbers are down. Right? Like he typically is booked, and I walked right in. I go, "Why aren't you booked? What's going on?" He's like, "We're having a terrible year,"
Mm.
and I've heard some restaurants are down significantly. So I think it's just general economic pressure and
Yeah.
people making smarter financial decisions or being um, less frivolous with their money.
I like.
There's something going on that I can't pin.
Well, I mean, the job market has been. I mean, I know there's been some positive news lately. The job market's definitely played a factor. Like, um, you know, like tech jobs, pharma jobs, things like that. There are layoffs happening. across the board. My wife works for a big tech firm, and you know, there were recently like opportunities for to be voluntarily laid off, right? Like you'll get a package to leave the company. like, like
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's a real thing happening right now. And if it's happening at these big companies, imagine what's happening at the smaller companies. Um, I also think that this. I mean, to Ben's point about you know like people just spending less money. I mean, like tariffs are real. They're starting to take their effect, right, on the general market, groceries. I mean, I go to like there's three grocery stores I go to. I hate going to Star Market. The prices at Star Market these days are absolutely insane. So I mean, I'll go drive a little further to go to Trader Joe's for sure, just because
Trader
they have their
Joe's
own name
always
on
wins.
everything.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, they had their own name on everything, so the cost is like significantly lower for the same bag of goods. So, yeah, I think it's tough times, and the housing market, obviously, especially in a place like Greater Boston, is going to see it. You know,
Benny,
turn
we'll ask you to mute one more time.
Again.
Yeah. Thank you. I mean, yeah, the city ambiance is all right, but not on the live stream.
um, I love that he just joined spontaneously, though.
Yeah,
It
I love
reminds
it.
me. It reminds me of when Ilya did the same thing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ilya was our last spontaneous joiner on this. Anybody else wants to join in?
I
Carmela,
was,
I see you out there. You
I
want to
was
tell
gonna
us
say.
what's going on in New York? Send a. I love a free. Saad, you know I love a free for all. It just gets me going. Man, structure stinks.
Mike's no, little does everybody know, like Mike's got because of this, Mike's got like a different like level of energy now for the rest of
Oh,
the weekend.
I'm jacked. If you can make every event into like a Royal Rumble style where you don't know like who's coming in a couple minutes. Oh,
Oh, yeah, it's just a countdown. Oh
yeah.
man,
Yeah.
that's a little too chaotic for me, but hey, I
I
can work
see
with it.
I see Carmela on here. She's an agent in New York. I'm gonna I'm just
Oh,
gonna I'm just gonna invite her for the hell of it, see if she bites. Anyway,
sweet.
um so, yeah, in an unfortunate circumstance for everybody that was waiting on our design or sorry, interior design slash staging episode yesterday, Instagram has now instituted a rule where you have to be a public account with more than 1,000 followers to join in on a live,
Which
which
is whack.
it's
Which
whack.
is whack, Instagram. Whack, as the kids say.
Yeah.
But
So,
I mean, we were really really excited to have the She Designs team on staging. I mean, we were just talking about listings. Like, what a great time to start talking about staging and how it can set
yeah.
apart your property when in a market like we have today. But eventually we'll have them kind of like share their thoughts in a different medium, maybe in a guest blog post. Or speaking of which, you guys should check out our blog. But that actually might be a good avenue for them to share some of their thoughts because they did a great job with Mike's listing in Roslindale.
Yeah. Yeah. If forget about like if you have a place that's just a big empty box, forget about it. Nobody's got the imagination to see what's what. Um,
Right.
so that's going to sit even longer.
I've got a listing coming up in Somerville. Um, the tenant is going to be moving out by the middle of the month or around the middle of the month. I've already had the conversation with them about staging. I'm like, listen, we're gonna have to stage this thing. In fact, it's better. It is better that the tenant is moving out. But if we don't stage the property, be prepared to let it sit.
Yeah,
like regardless of price, it's too tough out there right now. And for us to, and even if you didn't need to, there's going to be ROI on you doing that. So I think, yeah, I think it's a no brainer And that's why it would have been great to have those ladies share their thoughts and kind of how they go through, and not just them, but we work with another group as well, Friendly Staging. Um, like there's a whole process that's involved with properly staging a home. Um, you know, I think both of them have their PhDs, for example, in design or something related to design. So they go through a house and kind of figure out the whole feng shui, so to speak, to make sure that everything works harmoniously, so people kind of get the right feeling that you're trying to invoke during open houses, showings, all that kind of stuff. So I think staging is really important, especially now.
Yeah.
I think this really speaks to our pricing conversation earlier.
Yeah,
Um, if you're going to command like a higher price, you really have to put forth a better product that the consumer can actually see themselves living in, right? I think staging is worth every dime.
yeah,
Um, and Mike's right. If you've got, big blank box, right? Like I sold a loft in downtown and we staged it. It cost the owner 18 grand to stage, but it was exactly that. Just like a big empty, and you saw it, Mike, right?
Yep.
Um, and like we had it staged, it looked great. And we still didn't even get the asking price.
Ooh,
But we were the first to sell. There were 6 on the market in the building, and we were the first to sell. And the reason the buyer said they bought it is it felt the most homey, and they could see themselves living there. And I was like, boom, we could be sitting on the market, or you could spend 18 grand to get it sold. What do you want to do?
Hmm.
That's like
right.
what it came down to at the end of the day. I think staging is very well worth it.
I've never had a client regret staging. Like, I
Nope.
mean, initially they're like, yeah, you know what, there's a cost here and all that kind of stuff. But when you explain it properly to them, they're ready. And they're like, yeah, like, look, we're trying to sell this asset that's the most valuable in our entire portfolio. Like, let's make sure we do it right. I think Ben said it right. You got to put the right product out.
Yeah.
And staging is part of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a feeling. Yeah. That's why they sell that like baked cookie air spray and all that shit. Like have candles and all that. Like it's got to feel, smell, taste great.
If you're into that, yeah.
Yeah.
Taste the home.
Yeah. That's something I've never been. How'd that condo taste? Yeah, I never had
All right, boys, I got to jump,
that.
but thanks for letting me on.
For sure,
Thanks for
man.
hopping on,
Thanks
Benny.
for
Yeah, it
hopping
was
on.
fun.
Yeah, this is awesome.
We were just flying with no direction, so it was great.
You,
That's what we do.
the
Yeah.
Birdman flies in any weather, in any direction, bud.
Yeah, the Birdman flies.
All right, see you, boys.
I love that.
All right,
Any parting thoughts, Ben? Ben, Mike.
Ben. Yeah. So I think it's you know you can be discerning as a buyer in most markets. Some of them are still, this is a single family in everyone's budget.
Yeah,
This is going to go. So you can be a bit discerning. But once you find something that you like, and I'm going through this with a couple other clients right now, make a bid, make an offer, even if it's not at the ask, and you're like, oh, do you think that they'll take X amount of dollars? You don't know. Situations are when you talk about the rentals, if they miss a month of rental income, think of that sprinkled across a 12-month lease,
right.
right? And then bid down that much. Other people, if stuff's sitting vacant or if somebody needs to sell to buy, know that they're in a more urgent situation to sell. So this is a time to, if you are a buyer and you find something that you like, act on it in a way or a dollar amount that's comfortable to you. And the worst they can say is no, but throw stuff in there if you are looking. That's my
Yeah, I think that's 100% true. I think that, like, look, there's this was the case back during COVID times. It's the case now too. The most successful buyers are those that are active. So,
Yeah.
and by active doesn't mean you're putting in an offer on every house that you're seeing. It means you're just out there checking the listings, going out to see a few places, having your agent. And I know Macy's watching right now. She's my client. She and her husband Stanley. They so exact thing happened last week was they were interested in a property. We asked about it. They were like, actually, like, we already accepted an offer on it. It was an offer we can't refuse. Uh, but we have this, these other homes that we're building. Do you want to go check them out? So, and the house that they went to check out, like, they're not putting an offer in at the moment, and it's not something. The location's not ideal for them, but it opened their eyes into kind of like some other opportunities for them, not just something that some random person is selling, but new construction.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now they have a connection with somebody who's actually building as well to help answer some of their questions. So I think over the last few days, it's like just asking that one question about that one listing that they weren't going to get anyway, right? Has kind of opened some doors along the way that you would not have imagined. So again, that's all because of activity. If you're not active, if you're just kind of passively looking, uh, you're going to miss out on the opportunities that really kind of like can really help move the needle and ensure that you get as close as possible to that 10 out of 10,
Yep.
right? Because supply is still low, especially if you're looking outside of condos. So if you're not active, you're missing the boat. Um, so yeah, that's it. I mean, this is our Thursday riff session.
Preach,
You
brother
know,
Saad.
and we
Preach.
and we still got we still threw some shout outs out there for She Designs. We wish they could be on with us, but one day I guess
Yeah.
the Insta algorithm
If
allows
if
it.
you're if you're watching, go like She Designs Home handle. They need about
Yes,
200 more followers to do a live with us. So,
yes.
so there you
So whack.
go.
I hate it. I hate it. But
It's
it is what it is.
Zuckerberg. You know.
Okay, bro. Cool. Well, another story time, Mike.
All right, another good one for he's Mike. I'm Saad. This has been Story Time. Till
See you
next week.
next week. Yeah.
All right.
All right, later, bud.